woke up this morning and I prayed to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi, blessed be Yahawah, blessed be Yahawashi.
Shalawam.
Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey, because this is where the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey, welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey, this is where the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey.
And this is where we hang out, and this is where we be at, and this is where we pull out the Bible and the precepts. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Y'all know the drill.
All praises. Sorry for being late, y'all. Please forgive us. Okay,
Yes.
we apologize. You know, my grandmother said, "Don't never be sorry, baby." Because one time I said sorry, she said, "You sure is." I said, "Ooh." So we apologize for being late. Cut me up.
We're glad to be here. I'm glad you're here. Happy we're all here. All praises. I'm gonna get the foundation of precept before we get started on anything else. And if y'all hear Braille in the back, y'all just have to deal with it, okay?
Amen.
Because look, have mercy. Have mercy.
Endure through this with us. Okay, we all enduring.
1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth. That Yahawah in all things may be glorified. Through Yahawashi Mashiach, to whom be praised in the man forever and ever. Amen. So when I speak the oracles of God, when I speak those things that are pleasing in the sight of the Lord, and we don't want to get on here and just talk out of our own belly. And everything we do and say, we want to glorify the Most High because it is only His ability that we're able to get on here, have this platform, and talk with you guys. And today we're going to give a special shout out to our husbands. Thank y'all for allowing us to have this platform because y'all could have been like, no, y'all ain't doing no podcast. So shout out to Mika, the brother Mikael and the brother Obadiah. Yeah.
Period. Mighty brothers through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High.
But Lord willing, y'all day is going well so far. I got kind of like a thick checklist to do. Well, not really. Really just laundry, to be honest.
I was supposed to go to work this morning. I was not feeling good. I still kind of don't feel good, but most probably I feel better. But I just told them because I usually work from like 6 in the morning to like 10 or whatever. I just was like, I had to text her like, I do not feel good, and I wasn't feeling good. No, I wasn't feeling good yesterday, or I was about to call out on Friday too. Friday I was just tired, but yesterday I just wasn't feeling good, and then today I wasn't feeling good this morning either. And I just was like,
"How you not feeling good? What's wrong?"
Like I don't know if it's like something I ate or something, but I'm like, hopefully it ain't like no food poisoning or nothing, but. Child, like I had that before. It'd be like a couple. I had it like maybe a couple months ago or something like that. But it was like maybe like 2 days, and then I felt better after that. So I really think it's the food that I'm eating.
Yeah,
Maybe my stomach
it's
just
in the
not.
food, y'all.
It's in the chicken. It's in the chicken.
I hope you feel better. So, like, do you have any stomach pain? Are you nauseous or headaches or fevers, chills? Like, what's going on?
Just more so nausea, but I feel like when I was asleep, I'm like, dang, any little move, I just was like, no. And then I was had not like too much chills, but kind of just hot a little bit, but but I ended up still getting up earlier. My husband and I, we had ended up cleaning the room. I felt a little bit better. I just ate, and I'm like, maybe it really is the food because my stomach is hurting again. So. I don't know. I ain't check, y'all. I ain't check.
Well, Lord will definitely be praying for you, Lord willing. We both froze a little bit, but I think I kind of got the gist. I was kind of thinking like maybe something to do with your digestive system because I
Mm-hmm.
remember around November I thought I had food poisoning because we had went from Atlanta and we traveled to Texas and I was like sick the whole time I was down there. Like I was still able to do stuff, but it's like every time I ate, I felt sick. I felt really
Yeah.
bad. So I really couldn't eat. And I thought it was food poisoning. I did, and I had the runs, and I thought it was food poisoning. But when I got back home, it kind of the symptoms kind of subsided, but then they flare back up. So I went to the
Mm-hmm.
doctor, and it turns out I had what they call, I really forgot the name for it that they gave me. Basically, my colon, is it colon or colon?
Colon. Colon.
My colon was backed up with poop. And so that's why every
Oh,
time I ate, I felt sick. And then that's why I had the runs. And that's why I had sharp stomach pain. And I was feeling horrible. I was feeling absolutely horrible.
yeah. I do have digestive issues, so I drink. I've been trying to make sure I drink I drink a lot of okra water, like throughout the week, just because that really helps me, like
Mm-hmm.
go. I haven't drank it in a couple days, so maybe I just need to go back to doing that too. So
Yeah.
yeah, y'all,
I
my
just need to
stomach
kind of
just
make you like a
feels
little
so
detox, you know?
crazy. Mm-hmm.
Make you a little nice juice one day.
Girl, I asked my husband. I said, "Listen, y'all, for Purim, only thing I want is a juicer. That's it." Because I told my husband, I'm like, I'm tired of eating. Like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. I just
Okay.
want to not drink my food, but I just want to juice, and I want to be able to juice at least like maybe 3 days out of the week, and
Mm-hmm.
then eat light the other couple days. So
Sometimes it be like that. Because this food, man,
yeah,
this food make you sleepy.
it's
Every
it's
time
in, it's in the chicken.
it's in it's in the food, y'all. It's in the food. It's in the food.
God.
Meanwhile, I'm eating food. Yes, I am.
Well, amen. Well, it's a good segue into what our topic is for today. So today, y'all, we are talking about the weightier matters, and that is one component of the weightier matters is making sure that you are taking care of your health and making sure that you stay on top of that. Listening to your body and things like that. That's a weighty matter because it's a lot of stuff if you know or don't know, okay? If you know or don't know, I'm gonna just put it like that. It's just a lot going on in Israel. It's Passover. Approaching. It's a lot of sifting being done. It's a lot of revealing being done. It's a lot of things going on, and the weightier matters is making sure that we are self-examining and making sure that we have our own households in order and just making sure we keep our focus. So part of that self-examination is also making sure that your health is good and making sure you listen to your body and just staying up on those things. Self-care, we talk about that a lot as well. But Khan, I think that was a really good segue into what we're talking about today.
What? Socks and sandals. Kind. Um, I agree. All praises. Yeah, more so. Today we're just gonna be talking about things that don't really be talked about that need to be, and kind of just setting our affairs in order. And so, Lord willing, touching on life insurance, wills, preparing for Jacob's trouble, just talking about all the good fun stuff today. Um,
Khan,
and I, I was looking for something, but I forgot what I was looking for. But yeah,
I
them
want.
noodles they was
Oh,
so good. And no, they was not ramen from the aisle. They already come with the packet seasoning. This is homemade ramen seasoning. And it was so good. Sister Yahawah's recipe, I'm going to tell y'all right now, it was absolutely amazing. So, real quick, get you a pot of water and boil you some chicken bouillon like
mm,
paste inside the water.
mhm,
I get
mhm.
the premium organic because I like the ingredients. They're clean ingredients. Get the premium organic one. Actually, I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I'm gonna show y'all real fast. Okay. I'm
Let
gonna put
me
y'all
ask
on.
y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Why she left? Why she call him Raymond? I thought it was ramen, or is it Raymond? Raymond. I thought it was
Okay,
ramen.
so these
Mhm.
is what the kinds I get because these would be at the store that I shop at. I just get random plain noodles, random plain ramen Japanese noodles, and then I put like a spoonful of this in some water. Better than bouillon chicken paste.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's absolutely amazing. And I boil it.
Mhm.
I boil the noodles in that. Your seasonings: onion powder, garlic powder, ground ginger, ground cumin, chili powder, black pepper, parsley, salt. This exact recipe I'm gonna put in the comments. But if you are in the wellness chat that Lily has, she put the recipe in there. It's tea, y'all. It's tea. It's so good. Put that
Mhm.
whatever. What's the brand called that make the ramen with the packet seasoning? Put that down and make it yourself.
Maruchan, Mauritian,
That.
whatever. Mhm.
But okay, Con. So I have the stuff that you sent me. If you however you want to do it, I sent it to
I
my life.
wanted. Okay, Con. I wanted to read this precept real quick. So it's Proverbs 22:3. It's also Proverbs 27:12. So it's in there twice. It's in Proverbs twice. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so you can go to either one. It's going to say the same thing, and it goes a little something like this: A prudent man foreseeth evil, seeth the evil, and hideth himself. But the simple pass on and are punished. So, um, just being prudent women, prudent sisters, mothers, daughters, servants of the Most High, we want to make sure that um, we are on top of things and making sure that we kind of got all areas covered. And I know a lot of people haven't learned what we're going to talk about today from their parents. And so we wanted to kind of shed a light on it and talk about it. Like the sister was saying, having life insurance is very important. Just so when we don't know our day or time or hour, and and not saying anything that about anyone who makes a GoFundMe, but just so like your family doesn't have to do that, just having certain things in order, um, so that oh, okay, my bad, I was looking at the comments,
Mhm.
just making sure those things are in order, so that whatever happens that you're covered. Also talking about the different type of life insurance policies, and then also talking about IRA. And IRA, if you don't know what that is for a retirement plan. Just because there's so much stuff going on here in the world, just making sure that if anything happens to you, or you need that extra money, that it's there because you have been saving it this whole time. And then like the sister was saying, we'll also touch on being prudent and foreseeing the evil of Jacob's trouble, and making sure that we have whatever we need, and just giving sisters a couple examples of how to do that. So I did have a couple of I don't know what you want to call it, flyer, poster, um, printout, whatever it is. But all I
Perfect.
did was Google it. I Googled it and I looked it up. My grandmother, my nana, she always tells me about certain stuff, and I think that is the power in having elders, and also being obedient and listening, being able to hearken and humble yourself down. Like my grandmother is not in the truth, in our truth walk like how we are, but um Constance, we have an email. Our email is in our bio on our YouTube page. So Con.
Unless are you talking about like a group chat for multiple sisters, or are you talking about us specifically, like how to reach us?
But Con,
Join the chat. Lily, let me know when you're ready for me to share the screen.
oh, go ahead. I'm just talking. I'm just, waiting for you to pull up. But no, I was saying, oh, Constance, I dropped the link in there for you. Um, but like I was saying, my grandmother, she's not in our truth walk and our journey like that, but she gives me like a lot of different information on different things, and I hearkened unto her. So I know it's a little small. I don't like the way it came out, but um,
Okay, we can zoom in and read it.
fine. I was gonna say I'll just read it, but this is gonna go into why people buy life insurance. And life insurance is the one that I have a it's called an IUL. It's the Index Universal Life Insurance Plan. I do put money into it every month. The sooner you get one, the better. Okay, the sooner the better. You do have different life insurance policies, whereas though some of them you have to wait until you literally expire in order to get the money. The one that I have, I do not have to wait till I expire in order to utilize my money. Um, I pay it every month, but I do have to wait a certain amount of time in order to tap into the funds that are there. So basically, if I needed a loan or something, I would just go into my IUL and I would get money from there. And then if I pay myself back, I pay myself back. If I don't pay myself back, then what happens is it just gets deducted from my life insurance plan. And you can set your life insurance plan to be however much that you want it to be. It could be $100,000. It could be $50,000. It could be more than that. Or it could be less than that. So depending on what your budget looks like monthly, and you can open multiple life insurance policies. You don't only have to have one. It's good to have them for the babies. It's good to have them for younger children because, like I said, the earlier you start utilizing these things, the better. So let's go ahead and read this. Okay, so the first part it says why people buy life insurance. It says it is income replacement. If the policyholder is the primary earner, the life insurance can provide for their dependents in the event of their death. So, whatever money doesn't cover your expenses for burial, that money then goes to the dependents on that plan. Okay. So, if you have children, if you have a spouse, or if you can even like list your parents as your dependents on there, or, anybody close, whoever you want it to go to, that's how you'll set it up. It says debt repayment. It says life insurance can be used to pay off debts like a mortgage, student loans, or credit cards so they don't burden loved ones. And that is a really big thing when it comes to when we are not here anymore. A lot of times, our loved ones are the ones left with the burden of how are we going to do that? How are we going to do this? And sometimes it can be overwhelming. So just being prudent and foreseeing those things. And if you know you have those things going on and you haven't been financially responsible thus far, this would be a really good idea just to go ahead and do so that others don't have to bear those burdens for you.
I was about to say real quick, that's why people be having to make GoFundMe's because people don't be having enough money saved or no money at all really to, cover such an expense.
And that's what I was saying before. I was saying I'm not saying anything. Salaki, y'all, give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. I
Yeah, you,
wasn't saying anything towards people who do have the
yeah,
GoFundMe. I was just saying it whereas though, like, you don't have to be in that position or
right,
predicament.
exactly. You're right, That's what I was saying. Like, cause planning funerals, it's not an easy task. Like, that's a lot, I would imagine. And I know families that have to do that. It's a very financial burden upon them. They be trying to scramble together dollars and see, okay, how we gonna make all this work. So I wanted to read two precepts real quick.
Hmm.
Um, um, I thought this was interesting. It's the 2 Samuel 17:23. And when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass and arose and got him home to his house, to his city, and put his household in order, and hanged himself and died and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. Now, when I read that months ago, I was like, what does it mean, like set his household in order? So I went to another translation, and it basically said that, let me read it. Um, that uh, in an easy read version, it said he made plans for his family. He made plans for his family. Let me see. Is there another one? And I think I had Googled it. Let me see. And then it had said something about what does it mean to set your affairs in order. So when I had Googled it, it has said setting your affairs in order means to organize, to prepare your personal and financial matters, especially anticipation of potential incapacitation or death, ensuring your wishes and assets are properly handled. And so it kind of dawned on me that's probably what he was doing, because he was about to go commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that obviously that was a man doing that, setting his household in order. But also the Bible applies to us women as well, and we can look well to raise our household by helping our husbands, maybe dropping a book in the air, and even for the sisters that are not married, still looking to do things like this, because it's a wise thing to do, and like, that's why we called it that weightier matters, because nobody wants to think about
The heavy stuff. Yes.
yeah, the heavy stuff, possible, Lord forbid, in a that somebody passed away and you would have to step up or something like that. But that's why it's wise. We have to do these things, because especially for those that have children, in the event that you pass, Lord forbid, who's going to look after your children? Who do you want, to care for your children? And those are things that we can do as women to set our affairs in order. Um, and this is Isaiah 38:1. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, came unto him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. So getting your
Mm.
affairs in order, making plans for your family, making plans for, your children, and arranging things like that once you pass is very much biblical. That's a part of our custom, and that's something that we have to make sure that we're doing. Again, nobody wants to think about that stuff, and Lord forbid, but in the event it did happen, if that was the Lord's will, are your kids gonna be good? Is your family gonna be good? So it's something to think about, to kind of think outside of ourselves a bit. So I yield. I'm gonna go back to the screen.
Our praises. Oh, sorry, y'all. My arm is itching. Hold on. I gotta pull the thing back up so I can finish reading. But I did put the Telegram group chat in the link below. I don't know if you'll be able to copy it or whatnot, but that's how it showed up. Maybe I can make a different post.
You
But
put
if
it in
you
the
are
comments.
married, yeah, my thing not showing up.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I know I did it from my other page too. I don't know.
Let me see.
Um,
Y'all, it's thundering outside. This is sleeping weather. Come on, don't do that to me.
it's raining. Oh, I feel bad.
It's thundering. I'd like I
Oh
s- this.
yeah, it's not in there.
Yeah, it's not showing up. Do you want me to put it in there for you,
I
Dan?
was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
maybe I had to log into our the other one.
Okay,
It
I
was
got
that
you.
one.
I be keeping your stuff on deck, because baby, I be referring everybody to this. Look, I already got a
Son,
pre pulled up.
all praises. If you are married, make sure you get permission. It is sisters only, but if your husband want to know what's going on in the group chat, I don't mind. That's fine as well. But just keeping things in order. Just make sure you get permission. Um,
Come on up.
doo-doo. Let me go to the next one. Real
See,
quick,
say
real
it
quick.
again, because it ain't popping up on my end either. It's like I was sending it, it's deleting
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna try this one.
I was gonna say I have to figure it out.
Yeah, okay, come. Let me go back to this for you.
This was just can follow along while you do that part. So the sister she touched on funeral expenses. But I'm gonna go ahead and read that one as well. It says funeral expenses. Funerals can be expensive. Life insurance ensures that these costs are covered, easing the financial burden on the family during a difficult time. And that's exactly what the sister was just talking about. So, just in those times like that, it'd be so much going on. It's so much going on. And just one less thing as a burden is very helpful. Um, it says estate taxes. It says life insurance can provide the funds to cover estate or inheritance taxes, preventing the need to sell off assets or properties. So, if you own a house, you own it outright and you own the land, there are certain taxes that you still have to pay. And life insurance, whatever, is remaining, like I said, after your burial, those things can be paid off as well, so that the family can keep those things in the family. I know a lot of times after Big Mama passed away, her daughter, might get the house or whatever, and then something might arise where though the house is no longer in the family. We want to leave an inheritance for our children and our children's children. So being able to keep certain things in the house keep certain things in the family as far as houses or properties, it could be cars, whatever it is, that is also a possibility to be helped with. Um, the next one says children's education. Life insurance can secure funds for the education of the policy holders' children if they were to pass away. So, like I said, the dependents that are on that life insurance policy, um, benefit from that. And, one thing my mom said, she was like, girl, well, when I'm gone, y'all gonna be paid. I said, girl, ain't nobody thinking about that. Nobody is thinking about that. But, she made sure to think that through. Like when she's not here anymore, the last thing I can do is provide, at least this to my children to support them through their endeavors or whatever they go through. And whatever they choose to do with it is whatever they choose to do with it. Now, I will say this. If you don't know what a trust is, I will also go look up a trust, because even though this talks about for children's education, there are certain stipulations that you can put on them obtaining this money. So, say if your children are only 11, what do they even know about a check right now? But they want to go and buy some toys or the latest shoes or whatever, and I don't know. So a trust can, if you, so say if you put like within inside of your trust that within inside of your life insurance policy, the children cannot access this money unless they do X, Y, and Z. So unless they complete school, get their high school diploma, or if you want them to complete an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, whatever, they cannot obtain and unlock that money unless they do X, Y, and Z. And that's through a trust. A trust is it's kind of different, but you can put more stipulations on that rather than them just getting that money right out. And I guess we can kind of go into that after all of this as well, if you want to, Sister Abarriyah. But I would definitely encourage sisters to look up what a trust is, how you can open a trust, what you have to do, and how you can set them up. But con. Do 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 do. The next one is business planning. It says in the case of a business owner's death, life insurance can help in various ways, such as funding a buy sell agreement or providing liquidity. So if you have to close that business or anything like that, like it helps with closing costs, or I mean not closing costs. Now that's when you about to buy it. It helps with liquidating everything and being able to, or keep it up and running. Like we were saying, keeping those things in the family, being able to keep up with the rent, because at the end of the day, when you pass away, when you expire, when you're not here anymore, guess what? It's still going to be bills coming with your name on it. Okay, period. Um, they don't care about you not being here anymore. baby, it's the first of the month and they want their money. So, fine. Uh, the next one says tax-free retirement. Some types of life insurance, like permanent policies, build cash value over time that can be borrowed tax-free, serving as a form of retirement income. And that's kind of what I have. Even though I don't have a permanent policy, I have an IUL. Like I was saying, I can borrow against my IUL. I can borrow against it. I can get money out of it if I need to, but I do pay it every month. So I will basically, instead of me going to the bank and getting a loan, I'm borrowing from myself. I don't have any, there's no interest on my loan. There's no payback time on my loan. There's none of that. It's just me borrowing from myself, and I have to be responsible enough to pay my money back to myself. So that's another way of looking at it. And it's a good thing to have an IUL and also have a an agent that can help you that knows what they're talking about and not just going to sign you up for anything. But I have it's called National Life Group. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all real quick. It looks like this. I think it's gonna hold on. All right, that's my login screen. But it's called National Life Group. I don't know if you can see it or not. Pecan. That's what I have, and I only pay like $56 a month. It's not that much. If you have less, you pay less. If you have more, you pay more. Okay. Um. Next, it says long-term care coverage. It says some life insurance policies offer riders for long-term care expenses, covering costs like in-home care or a nursing home. So yes, when you get older, it covers things like that, so that people don't have to go to. Well, my mom don't want to go to a nursing home. She wants us to take care of her, and if we can do that for her, and if I'm busy, if my siblings are busy, we can have in-home nursing. We can have them come to the house instead of them being in a nursing home. Now the other option is if your family puts you in a nursing home, they don't have to come out of pocket and pay those things. And like I said, you can utilize that while you're still alive, because obviously you're in a nursing home, you're still alive, and you're still being cared for. um, charitable contributions. A policyholder can name a charity as the beneficiary, turning the policy into a sizable charity gift upon their death. So if you want to give back like to your school or your congregation, you can definitely do that as well. You can put them as the beneficiary of whatever is left over. Wealth transfer, life insurance can efficiently pass wealth to the next generation, often providing a tax advantage. Inheritance, that's pretty plain. Legacy planning, beyond wealth, life insurance can help an individual leave a legacy, like an endowed scholarship at their alma mater. That's pretty plain. Giving back to your school or whatever community that you came from or want to donate to. Peace of mind, knowing that their loved ones will be financially taken care of, can provide peace of mind to the policyholder. Con, um, equalizing inheritances. A major, I'm sorry, if a majority of the estate is tied up in a family business or property, life insurance can provide a way to give an equal inheritance to heirs who are not involved in the business or property. And then collateral for loans. A life insurance policy can sometimes be used as collateral for a loan, providing policy holder additional financial flexibility. And last but not least, covering specific expenses. Some people get life insurance to cover specific future expenses like a child's wedding or a mortgage payoff. Now, we ain't getting it for all of that. We getting it for the other stuff, okay? All of that, we're gonna have to save up our money. But if you want to borrow for that, it's fine. It's fine. So, Con, that is that on that. I didn't know if you had any take backs from that. If sisters had any questions, or what are y'all thinking about it? Do y'all feel as though like this is important? You know, have y'all heard about this before? Do sisters have life insurance policies? Have y'all tapped into this already? I want to know if this is even beneficial for sisters.
Of course it is. I've never really looked into life insurance, nor have I known the benefits of it. So I definitely learned a lot, and it made me think of Sirach 5:15, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter small. Got me wanting to buy some life insurance. Not gonna lie to you. And it also made me think of when you was reading about the wealth transfer. It made me think of Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. The wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. And we know like times are different, but our forefathers and foremothers, our forefathers, they definitely had that set up for their children.
Con, I definitely think it's very important to know these things. I think a lot of time we get kind of sorry we get kind of caught up on like day to day. We get caught up on it might impact their benefit. With an IUL, it doesn't impact your benefits. Sis. It wouldn't do that. With an IUL, you're literally it's like you paying yourself. I mean, it's like you're saving. It's like a savings account. Literally, it's a savings account for yourself. But I do understand, that. So I would, if you can get an agent to kind of explain those differences to you, that would kind of be the best bet. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to, tell you anything wrong. But I was told that it's literally like a savings account for yourself. Um, but Con, I think it's very important just to think about these things, and especially because I mean, not saying that I wasn't taught, but it wasn't something that was stressed. It wasn't stressed to me. My mom didn't stress these kind of things, and
Mhm.
as I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, I know the Most High is always going to provide the things that we need. However, sometimes we have to make sure that we are planting those seeds so that we're in alignment, so that when the Most High does provide that opportunity, that we are ready for those things. And if we aren't properly equipped or properly informed or ready, then it's like that opportunity kind of passes over us for the Most High to,
Mhm.
do what He needs to do. So, um,
That reminds me of the excerpt I did the other day, taking advantage of the opportunities when they present itself through the Spirit. Sometimes you got to take that leap of faith. This First Corinthians 3:6, I have planted, Apollo water, but God gave the increase. So we have to put our brick in. We have to do something. We have to try, and then we all know that faith without works is dead. This is James uh 2:17. Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone. So you have to have faith and works.
Con, most definitely. I did want to go to the other one just so y'all could see the different type of life insurance policies. Doo 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 doo.
Can you see the screen?
Econ, my thing, child. I'm talking about. Can you still hear me? And I was on mute.
It's right here.
Okay, con y'all. So let's get into the different type of life insurance policies really quickly. And most how willing we can post this like on our page, on
Mhm.
here and on Instagram.
Instagram.
Con different types of life insurance policy. The first one they have is term life insurance. It says the purpose is to provide coverage for a specific period, usually 10, 20, 30, or 40 years. And it's going to list the pros and cons of each. And I'm going to just read a couple of them. And then at the bottom, it says who should purchase. So the pros are affordable premiums compared to other types of life insurance, simple policy,
and it can be converted to permanent life insurance in some cases. The cons is no cash value accumulated. The coverage does expire after the term, and renewing may be more expensive. And there is no payout if the insurance person outlives the term. It says the type of people who should purchase a term life insurance policy are individuals seeking affordable coverage for a specific period, such as during child rearing years or while paying off a mortgage. The second one is going to be whole life insurance, and the purpose is to provide lifetime coverage with a guaranteed death benefit and cash value accumulation. The pros are lifetime coverage, guaranteed death benefit, cash value grows at a guaranteed rate. Policy loans can be taken against the cash value. And then the cons are more expensive than life term insurance, lower returns on cash value compared to other investments, less flexibility in premium payments and coverage. And the type of people that should purchase this are individuals looking for a lifelong coverage option, estate planning purposes, or those who want to accumulate cash value over time. The next one is the third option. This is the one that I have. And the purpose for a universal life insurance, what is a IU, well, mine is called a IUL, but this is, oh no, I got the last one. I'm sorry, y'all. This ain't the one I got. I got the one at the bottom. Sorry. I think universal life index. Okay. Uh-oh. Going on the third one. It says the purpose is to provide lifetime coverage with flexible premiums, adjustable death benefits, and cash value accumulation tied to market performance. The pros are flexible premiums and death benefits, cash value accumulation with potential for higher returns. It can be structured to focus on the death benefit, cash value growth, or a balance of both. The cons are it is more expensive than term life insurance. Cash value growth depends on the market performance, and complex policy structure may be challenging to understand. The type of people who should purchase a universal life insurance plan are individuals seeking lifetime coverage with more flexibility in premiums and death benefits, or those interested in potential cash value growth tied to market performance. And y'all, we are not selling life insurance. We're not on here to get no customers. We're not on here to do that. We are literally on here so that sisters can think about these things and, bring them up to their family, loved ones, husbands, etc. Just, trying to put sisters onto some information, okay? Number 4 is variable life insurance. The purpose is to provide lifetime coverage with a death benefit and cash value accumulation invested in separate accounts such as stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Okay. And the pros of this are investment options for cash value growth, potential for higher returns based on market performance, tax deferred growth of cash value. And the cons are that it's more expensive than term life insurance, investment risk associated with cash value growth, and complex policy structures may be challenging to understand. That's why you got to get somebody who can break these things down to you. I don't think that's a con. I think that is a you not asking questions thing. You kind of got to ask questions, dig into these things, and make sure that you understand what you're doing. But the type of people that should purchase variable life insurance are individuals seeking lifetime coverage, interested in managing their investments and taking on more risk for potential higher returns, and an indexed universal life insurance plan. The purpose is to provide lifetime coverage with flexible premiums, adjustable death benefits, and cash value accumulation tied to a stock market index. And this is the one I have. IUL. The pros of this are that it's flexible premiums and death benefits, cash value growth potential based on stock market index performance, protection from market losses through a guaranteed minimum interest rate. The cons are that it's more expensive than life term insurance, limited growth potential compared to variable life insurance, and complex policy structure may be challenging to understand. I don't know why they keep putting that. You got to ask questions, okay? And the type of people that should purchase this are individuals looking for lifetime coverage with more flexibility in premiums and death benefits, and those interested in cash value growth tied to a stock market index without direct investment risk. Okay. So all of these are really, really good to look at. Take the time. Like I said, most I will, we can post these on our page. We did not create these. I literally found these on Google. So free use, free use, free use. Okay. But yeah.
Con. That was a lot of information, but mighty and needed. All praises.
Con.
I learned a lot of stuff, and Lord willing, me and my husband and family can look into it.
Con, ask your elders in your family, ask them about all of that, ask them about I don't know if we're gonna have time to get into IRA, but listen, ask them about what an IRA is, ask them about IULs, ask them about life insurance period, what the benefits are, and you know how exactly it can help y'all.
Con. Before we close out, I want to read over this real quick. Things you can pack in a bug out bag for the times we're coming in. Um, I think that it's wise to pack something like this just so you have something, because we don't know like what our lot is, but we do want to try to be prepared to the best of our ability. I think it's wise to have one bag in the house and one bag in the car, because let's say y'all are out, then you
Mm-hmm.
already have your bag with you. But if y'all are at home and maybe not able to go outside the house at the moment, and it might be a power outage, you have a bag inside the house. You just never really know. And the scripture also say, "Don't return home." So if all hell breaking loose, you're not at the house, you can't go back. Then you'll have a bag with you in your car. Um, so for some food, you can pack ready to eat meals. Make sure you look up the kosher ones, because the regular ones have pork. And so if you look up kosher MRE, kosher ready to eat meals, they have some online that you can get. Um, Let me find the website I had saw. What's it called? I know about kosher MRE. Yes, it's this right here. So this is one that I saw that you can get. Kosher MRE. They sell kosher MREs, and um, if you click buy meals now, it take you to the different. You can get a 12-pack, create your own for $55, and then you can choose your flavors. They got chicken with rice, curry chicken, hickory smoked beef, jalapeno curry beef, pasta marinara, Tuscan
Mm.
chicken noodle stew, veggie chili, chicken gumbo.
I'm like, that's greedy.
So yeah, if you literally Google kosher MRE, you will find this stuff. That's why we're talking about these things, because we have to make sure that we're using the resources that the Most High has given us, and not just sitting on this stuff, but trying to make do with it. As far as fire, get you some fire starter sticks, a ferro rod, a disposable lighter, waterproof matches. I'm gonna show y'all something that a sister put me on to. It was actually Sister Yahawah and Sister Yadiah collecting dryer lint is a fire starter. So I don't want y'all to think that some stuff you need to buy, but some stuff you probably already got at the house. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
are, you can collect this every time you dry clothes. So do you look up
Mm.
what you can get as in for your bag that you already have in the house. Start with what you already have, and then branch out and start getting those things that you don't have. You're gonna have to spend some money though. Don't be being cheap. You're gonna have to spend a little money though to get some of these things, and that's okay.
Crying.
Um, maybe
They
do
got little kits on Amazon.
yeah,
I
they
know they
do.
be the cheap ones, but you can still find some good stuff, even if you don't utilize every single thing that's in the backpack. Because some, like I said, some of the stuff on there be cheap. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, some stuff be cheap, but
I know I showed y'all this before. I'm gonna show y'all again, but this is what I bought my husband right here. I bought him this, and it came with all of this. It's a small bag. It literally comes that small, but it came with all of this stuff. It came with all of
hmm
this, and it comes with a folding knife, a tactical flashlight, folding pliers, camping utensils, parachute cord, light stick, disposable raincoat, emergency tent, emergency blanket, a compass, folding shovel and pick, defense pin. I mean, and that's just a few things. That's not even really everything. It
oh, they
came with
got warming blankets in there.
yes, and it's only $35, $36 before tax, before shipping. So it's worth your investment. So that's what I'm saying. If you can get something like this and then get other stuff, then you good. Um,
Uh,
I know that there are um maybe getting a backpack that have water already like connected to it, something like this.
mm,
And the reason why kosher MRE meals are a um good idea because canned goods are heavy and it's gonna weigh your backpack down. Or even food tablets,
oh, the water straws.
survival tabs.
Yeah.
So um, yeah, survival tabs. That's why we have to be like we know that we don't like America, we don't like Babylon, but enjoying this gift of life because there's gonna come a time where the luxury of eating out, the luxury of spending time with your family, watching TV, that's not these things are not going to be a thing anymore. You're not going to have the luxury. Even soon, you're not going to have the luxury of eating 3 meals a day with snacks. It's going to be stretching out your food over weeks, barely eating. So y'all can stretch that little food that y'all do have. Um,
Cause
real
baby, eggs expensive.
okay. Food's already getting expensive. Donald Trump, these tariffs, things are only going to get more expensive. And so we want to make sure that we're doing what we can, preparing our bodies by fasting, praying, looking at survival skills on YouTube, learning some stuff, learning how to defend yourself. And as far as that, you can have a pistol and bear spray. As far as shelter, have a reflective lightweight emergency bivy or a military poncho. For hygiene, toothbrush, toothpaste, bar soap, wipes, hand sanitizer. And then for tools, duct tape, fixed blade knife, multi-tool, headlamp, battery backpack, backup for cell phone, and 200 feet of paracord. Now, eventually, the cell phone's not going to be working, but you might can get stuff like walkie-talkies or something. Um, I know that something that a sister, she, um, something she told me that I could do was get like do two bags, like for example, let's say y'all are out and trying to escape and you got like a big bag with a like heavy like
hmm
a lot of stuff and you have a smaller bag. Basically have a primary bag that in the event you cannot take more than one bag or two bags due to whatever's going on, that primary bag got everything that you need and that extra bag was just extra stuff, but you could do without it. So um, for things you can put in a primary bag would be cloth pads, a first aid kit, a compass, an updated map, a protractor to help read the map, gold because or something worth that you can, trade and bargain with in that day because the dollar won't be a thing really no more. Um, knife, something to start a fire, a change of clothes, and
So socks,
socks.
definitely
Yes,
socks.
a
Yes.
red lens light and a small pair of pantyhose and Vaseline. Now, when I asked her what was the pantyhose for and the Vaseline, I'm gonna pull up what she said. So now the red lens is the nighttime. It helps reduce chances of being spotted and it also preserves your own night vision. After using a white or bright light, your eyes need time to adjust to dark again. The pantyhose can be used for a lot of things. You can put it on your actual sock to prevent blisters on your feet. Blisters can literally handicap you and cause you to get infections. You can use
Mm.
it as a mosquito net. It can be a strainer. It can serve as a tourniquet, a sling.
Okay.
can hang food, filter. You can do a lot of things with a pantyhose. Vaseline can start a fire, emergency candle, blister prevention, bug bites, diaper cream. It can lubricate your weapon to prevent jamming, can help for gas exposure to seal your gas mask, splinter removal, waterproofing, wound care, etc. So you see how everybody should probably got Vaseline. I got a thing right now, So it's like that's why I'm saying, like, do some research, do YouTube, and some of the survival stuff you need, you probably already got at the house. I know for us, we want to get boots because you're gonna need some comfortable shoes in that day. You got to think about, you might be walking in the woods and you don't want to have on flip flops or sandals going through all them bushes and sticks. So some boots might be something wise to get. Let me see.
I got my boots from Tabernacles.
Okay. But I think that was everything. Yeah. Make maybe some bug spray. And the sister, she told me something that she thought about was a spray bottle. You can get a small, tiny spray bottle at Walmart for $1.
You could get a 3-pack. I mean, you could get a 3-pack at Dollar Tree. I said a 3-pack. You could get a 3-pack at Dollar Tree.
Kind. But yeah, a spray bottle will be good. So kind. I think that was everything. Yeah. Fire starter, military, yeah, socks, and yep. Yeah, that was everything. So, arm floats. If you don't know how to swim, which I think a good skill to know is swim, just in case, like if y'all come across a body of water, you really never know. I mean, you never know. You gotta prepare for anything. You gotta what's this Lily be saying? Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. So
that part.
Some arm floats or a life jacket. I'm gonna just read down this list that I have on my phone, but the survival kit I showed y'all, plus reading this, is pretty much everything that I just said. So some boots, a military bag, or this water supply bag that I pulled up earlier. Kosher MREs, because the regular ones have pork. Arm floats, a gun, bear spray, flashlight, lighters, batteries, Mahler blanket, just like a heating blanket, cloth pads and cloth diapers, because those regular stuff, we really won't have access to it in that day. And also that's going to leave a trail. If you throw that paper out somewhere, somebody will see it and be like, okay, there's somebody nearby.
You better burn it.
Yeah, and that day, I mean, it's just going to be so much going on. And some people are going to be out for themselves, unfortunately. So you just got to be wise, heavy on discretion in that day. Wipes, face towels, deodorant, toothbrush, change of clothes, a fire starter, some type of coil band or bug spray to keep bugs off from, so you don't get bit up. A trauma pack. Oh, let me show y'all that. Food tablets. You can put coals or flyers in there, and a spray bottle. So yeah, that's everything. Now a trauma pack is gonna clot up blood. It's gonna clot up blood and stop bleeding fast. Now, if you're like me and you watch a lot of shows, which I do, something I've seen is you can apply pressure by tying something around it. So if you don't have a something to clot it up, if you can't buy this, as long as you got something to tie around it, maybe if it's a sock, a shirt, something to apply pressure.
That's what it was saying for those pantyhose. It was saying it could be a tourniquet. That's what it is.
And then this, let me show you what a pantyhose is for those that don't know. These are pantyhoses. So kind. And something that I forgot to mention when we were talking about the life insurance plan and stuff, something I forgot to mention that I learned about in a show actually is a power of attorney form. So it's basically someone who has the power to make decisions over your life if you're not able to. And there's a medical version of it, a legal version of it, and I think now, of course, they're not free to get. None of these things are free, but it's something worth investing too. So in the event where you cannot make decisions over yourself, a power of attorney form basically grants somebody else the power to do that. If you're married, might put your husband down for that. And I know we talked about writing wills and making arrangements for your children in the event of a death, Lord forbid. So I think that's all I had.
I was going to say that kind of loops back around to what I wanted to talk about really quick. Let me see. You could put that kind of stuff in a trust, which will kind of definitely help you out. But I would go, and since we, are getting towards the end of our episode, the last two things to look up are trust funds and IRA. Trust funds and IRA. Okay. Do a little bit more digging into that, and get a little bit more information on those things because those are helpful as well. And another thing, I think the last thing I really had was to land me back off of Sister Abarriyah's point, what she was bringing out is, make it a normal thing to have meetings in your home. Make it a normal thing to know where things are. Make it a normal thing that the children know, um, if something is to happen, what to do. Normalize having, emergency plans. And we're not just saying for Jacob's trouble. I'm saying for anything. Anything could happen. Do they know the address? Do they know where they live? Do they know your name? Do they know do they know, their name? These are the things that you want to make sure that the children know. Con, who to call, how to call it. Um, those could be life saving, practices that could help out. And I was also thinking about, like, if all hell was to break loose, like, do you know where your family could meet, in your surrounding areas in order to, meet up for safety? How long are we to wait for one another if X, Y, and Z
That's
happens? And I have been trying to be that person in my household to kind of like, hey, we need to have a family meeting at least once a month to go over things, whether it's bills, finances, mental health check-ins, whatever. Like, just keeping ourselves updated on those things, just because, I'd rather be prepared than be like, oh, well, I wish I could have or should have or whatever. But once a month is not bad to have a meeting with your family just to go over those practices and make sure, everybody knows them. So, Con. I wanted to answer the sister in the chat. Sister CM, yes, my household will be partaking. We are a part of WFI. Those are the brothers who called the fast. So, we are partaking in that fast.
Proverbs 31:27 should look well to the ways for household, eating not the bread of idleness. So use the resource the Most High is giving you. Look well to the ways of your household. Put bugs in your husband's ear. If you're single, still, do these things.
Con.
And yes, Lord willing, everybody can participate in the fast at sundown, praying for the nation during this time. And Lord willing, this episode was helpful. I definitely learned a lot, and I definitely like that idea of doing family meetings. I really like that, and having a meetup point. And something else I wanted to talk about real quick, was know your surroundings, know your city, know your state, know how to get around without the GPS, know how to read a map. Me and y'all and I did a video about preparing for Jacob's trouble. I think we did like a 2-part series, and something that she brought out which was interesting, was know your state, meaning know that wild animals, because in that day it's going to be wild animals roaming around, and we know that
Ciao.
talks about
Jumanji.
the beasts of the field being at peace with us. But know your animals, know the plants that are poisonous, know these things. So know the berries that you can and can't eat, know the foods that you can and can't eat. So we just want to be prudent. Um, um, and
Get y'all books. Get y'all some books, okay? Get y'all
yes,
books. If you need books, if you need books, okay? Know your stuff, okay? In
come,
times when you feel like you don't know what to read, you don't know what to do, books. Get your books. These are some good books to have. Take a
come,
couple screenshots and go back through them, and you know,
come. You can put the link in the comments too in the episode end.
con.
And then I want to read Proverbs 19:14 to close out. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. And when you look up the definition of prudent, um, it means acting with or showing care and thought for the future. So don't be what's that word? Don't be. It's a word I'm looking for. Don't be reactive. Be proactive. There we go.
I love that.
Go. We love y'all.
I love y'all. Have a good week. Everybody have a good fast that's participating. We see y'all next episode. Shalawam.